Peace, y'all. I love y'all. Peace. This is Start with the Star Blooms. I want y'all to know, like, if y'all ever, okay, see me or meet me out in public, when y'all come into contact with me, some people, when you connect with them and when you touch them, it's like they receive downloads, and just a second ago, I met someone, and I basically was at the rate of just clearing my energy, and I was called to go to my notes in my phone, and I literally just scrolled and I was told to stop. And when I stopped, I ended up on a message, and it was questions that are asked that go untold. And the question was, will you let your love go nova? Will you allow me in for you? The rate of truth and unique experiences without the need to prove why or how. It just is. And as I was sitting there, I was trying to basically ask a question within my spirit, like, what does this mean? Like, what does Nova mean? How does it apply? How does it apply in this moment? How can I share it? How where it would be beneficial. And I looked up the etymology, y'all, and it means a new star that appears and gets to its highest brightness before it fades away. And to be the experience is a different essence, a different vibrations than it is to be in the experience of you. Sometimes we be so special, we be so magical, we be so, it's like our energy so electric. We be the life of the party. We show up, we make everybody laugh, we make everybody have fun. It's just something about us being there. But a lot of the times, the people who carry that energy aren't really inexperienced with themselves. So they'll go on, and the thing that everybody loves the most is the mask that person has been carrying and garnering for so long, just so they could cover up all of the hurt and the damage that's been done. When I wrote this message, I was writing this message from my inner child's perspective as I connected with myself at a rate through healing. And one of the things that my inner child wanted to continue to make me aware of was the fact that I had let them in, and it was okay for me to trust the nudges that I was having, the things that I was being called to. It was okay for me to acknowledge how I was feeling, the desires that I was having, and not forcing myself to be in this weird rate, right? Because I felt like I had to basically choose to be the adult um, in things that really, really required my inner child to be present in. A lot of us are like Nova. We like the star that shows up and that is super, super bright. And before you know it, we're gone. We fade away out of the experience, out of people's existence because we were only meant, oh, good God, we were only meant to be there for a certain amount of time. This matters so much more to the person who is Nova than the person who's an experience of Nova, because a lot of the times we don't recognize when we're being ourselves naturally, even when we're not trying to be ourselves. We affect so many spaces and so many experiences. Um, if I had given this message when I channeled this message, I would have been on here. I would have been fighting, and I would have been telling y'all that y'all have to be appreciative and mindful of the people who show up like stars that have gone supernova. But I know now that a lot of the times the reason why we do so much yelling, I don't know why I was about to say catcalling, but we do so much yelling. We do so much wanting to correct other people's behavior because we're still wounded and we haven't healed yet, and we still hurt. And in that hurt, we want to have a cause for the effect that was made, right? And a lot of the times we don't have the why, and we don't understand the how, even when it comes to getting out of the thing that got positioned in our what is, right? When we have the opportunity to finally be within oneself, and we're wanting for things, we're desiring for things, it's like, oh, I actually like being in my own energy. And I finally stopped trying to go to the places that were a fold for me, that I could lap myself into, instead of layering myself in a space, knowing that my frequency had a residence of its own, right? 66%, 711. Listen, good God. You are so worthy of being able to finally have the love that you give, when you allow your love to hit you first, to shine on you first, to perceive you first. When you get to receive you first, 606, I thank you, Spirit. When you allow you to be at a rate within yourself where you get to say, hey, that armor that I was wearing, it was worry. That's so crazy. I literally said that armor that I was wearing, that armor that I was wearing was worry. It was worry of what would be left if I removed all of the things that had cast me out, for me to show up as the thing that they truly desired. But when I showed up as myself, I couldn't be perceived, because a lot of the people who were receiving the essence of how I sparkle, how I shine, couldn't really pour in the depths of the spaces that needed to be caressed, the crevices that would go missed, the creases that would go on. Listen, y'all, we would allow ourselves to constantly be the fix, the answer, and allow ourselves to be the potion for the right cause for a lot of people. When in reality, 707, source meant you for you. And you got to be okay with the fact that you're going to be your bestest friend, and allow you to show up in the spaces that are going to allow you to love you back. Okay? I don't mind it when Spirit give me messages like this, because it be a lot of us out here, y'all. It be a lot of us out here that be wanting and needing for so much, but we can never get to that next space because we don't allow ourselves to receive. We don't allow ourselves to finally give in and surrender. So we'll have room, room for the things that we've been calling in. A lot of y'all don't even need to manifest no more. You need to just make space for the things and that you already asked for, you already petitioned for, and watch how they'll be there with you, because you allow yourself to get in a rate of aligning instead of planning the things that you want. In 757, wanting the most high for. Y'all are so special. It's so many amazing people out here. We be pushed into spaces, and we end up not even knowing how we got where we ended up at. You get what I'm saying? Choosing, conditioning, rationalizing in space, and wanting to find peace, but we haven't allowed ourselves to be in harbor of what's been nested and rested within us. Spirit is asking us, will you let your love go nova? Will you allow you to become that new thing? Finally, 833, finally, Spirit is saying, finally, allow yourself to finally receive what it is that you've been asking for, and stop pushing back, thinking that other people deserve it more than you because you hear their story. Allow yours to be heard. Don't nobody know your story. Ooh, they speaking to me. Nobody knows really how hard it's been for you. Nobody knows all of the things that you went through, and you be surprised. You'd be surprised on how much people will support you once they actually know who you really are, because you stop wearing a mask. I thank you. I hope y'all like, comment, follow 909. Follow and share the message, y'all. Comment and allow yourself to be seen. What is it that you are going to allow to finally be revealed to you, and you're going to move out of the illusion of? Okay? Just so you could be able to finally be vested within your spirit. 929, you worthy of it. I love y'all. I love meeting y'all. I love exchanging energy with y'all, because we need us to us. And you get to have it. You get to have it. 944. Be intentional. I love y'all. Peace.